What's up, guys? Out here setting up some trail cams today. Figure I'd take you guys along with me. I'm in same area where I got my bull last year, so have pretty high hopes for these couple cameras that I'm going to set out today. Setting cameras up in this area because it's not an area where you can get in glass a lot. Areas like that where I know I can glass a lot, I'll just go out and just scout all day. I'll get out there at first light, get to a knob, and I'll just sit there and glass for a couple hours, and then kind of hike the woods, see where they're rutting at, and then get to another glassing spot when the evening rolls around and glass around for a couple hours in the evening. That's usually how I go about my scouting. Not really somebody who goes and sets up 20 trail cams. One, because I can't afford 20 trail cameras, and two, I just don't see the need to do that unless it's an area like this where it's thick, it's not really glassable. So that's why I'm setting up some trail cameras in here. I would like to get a few more, but for right now I'm just setting up a couple. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to hiking. I'm about 1.5 miles into my hike. I got like 2.5 miles to where I'm gonna set up my first camera, so I'll catch you guys when I get there. Peace. Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm in a spot where I'm gonna set up a trail cam. I already set up my first one, but I jumped a spike about 200-300 yards away from where I set up my trail camera, so I didn't want to film because I didn't want to make any noise or anything like that. I jumped it, and I always carry a cow call with me, so I hit my cow call a couple times, and hopefully he didn't spook too bad, so that's why I didn't film there. I just didn't want to spook anything else out of there. When you're setting up a trail cam, you want to be as inconspicuous as possible. Try and have your presence not known at all. So I really shouldn't even be filming right now, but I will. So I'm at the spot where I'm gonna film my second, or set up my second trail camera, and this is kind of what we're looking at. Just a little opening here. There's a bunch of openings down below this too. Rubs everywhere. There's beds all over here. There's tracks going through right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up a trail camera right here on this tree. The first thing we're gonna have to do is break all these branches off of here so that we have a clean shot. And I'm gonna go right into this opening. I don't want those trees to be in my shot. I want it to be over here. Those trees, if it gets super windy, will set off the trail camera, and it'll just be taking pictures of those trees the whole time, and it'll waste my battery life and SD card space. So I'm gonna go ahead and break some of this stuff up and get to setting it. And also, you want to make sure I'm setting it in kind of a south facing direction. You don't want it to point east or west, because when the sun rises or the sun sets, generally when elk are out in openings like this early in the morning and late in the evening, that sun's going to set and it's going to have a glare on your camera, which can set off your camera, first of all. Second of all, if you do have some elk or whatever come through and your camera's facing that direction, it'll take a picture, and then you're going to have a big sun glare right there, and it's not going to turn out as good. And you might not even be able to see the animal that triggered the shot. So it's pointing kind of south, so that way the sun never really directly hits it. Early in the morning it might get a little bit of glare right here, but some of these branches will still keep it in the shade. I'm going to keep some of them there for that reason, but I'm going to get most of these lower branches out of here and then set it up, and I'll show you guys what I did after that. Alright guys, so I got the tree all cleaned up and the camera set. So here's where it's at right now. As you can see, I cut all those branches back, and pointing in this general area. Hopefully that tree right there doesn't set it off. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna open it up. SD card's already in there, definitely want to make sure of that. Turn it on. Alright, so now I'm going to go through the settings, just make sure it's all good. Date, that is the date. So we're good there. Time, that is the time. So we're all good there. Mode, photo, all good. Resolution, medium. The reason I have it set on medium, it takes more SD card space. Delay, 5-second delay. Unfortunately, I wish you could change that to like one or 2 seconds. That's the lowest you can go on this camera is 5-second delay. So it'll catch the movement, take a picture 5 seconds later, which kind of sucks in my opinion, but it is what it is. Burst, 2 photos per thing, just to make sure. You can do 3. You have the options of 1, 2, and 3. Do 2 pictures per burst. Video, don't need to do anything. Reset, don't do anything. Delete SD card is that. And that's quit. You hit enter, and that sets everything up. So now I'm going to shut it, and I'm going to walk back and test it out to see where, make sure it's taking pictures in the right spots and all that. So walk back here to where I think it should be taking pictures. We'll go ahead and just walk across right here. This one's rated out to 60 feet, which is all right, I guess, but still not that great. 60 feet isn't much, but I'm probably at about 40 feet right now. So we walk across, there we go. And then I'm gonna walk back and check the SD card. I won't be able to film that part because I'm filming on my phone. And I have this little attachment right here. You stick the SD card in right there. That plugs into the phone. And then you have to download an app. On Android, it's called File Manager. Download that app, it's free. And then you can see what pictures it took. So I'm gonna see what pictures it took, make sure it's taking them in the right spots, and see what happens. So, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this goes downhill slightly. Normally I would try to set it up on something where it's flatter, but this is as good as I'm gonna get. If I can't get it to set up right, if it's not gonna take pictures good, I'll go over here, it's a little flatter right in there, and I'll set it up over there or something. Because if it's too steep downhill, that's gonna shorten your distance on how far the animal can be before it takes a picture. So if it's steep, that animal's gonna have to be a lot closer to you to trigger your camera. So that's why I usually try and pick somewhere sort of flat, but I mean, it's the mountains, you gotta do what you gotta do. So go ahead and check this SD card, and hopefully everything is good. It took me probably about 45 minutes to an hour to set up that other one, just because it was on a pretty good hill. So it took me probably 5 or 6 tries going into my camera, resetting it up and all that, to see if it was taking pictures where I wanted it to. So we'll go ahead and check it, and hopefully we're good, and yeah, see you in a minute. Alright guys, so have everything set up. I checked it the first time. My camera was set a little too far up in the tree, so it wasn't catching my shots back further. So I just lowered it down the tree to there. It was like up here. I just lowered it down because this is a slanted slope, like I was saying. Since I lowered it, I'm closer to being level or whatever down there. So now I'm getting pictures like, sorry, I can't even get to focus, but that pine tree that's right there, I'm getting it to shoot pictures down there. So pretty much till the field ends or whatever, which is 20 yards. So yeah, which is 60 feet. So that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and hop on out of here. Hopefully I don't scare any elk out of here. And I do have to try it and avoid a moose and a calf on the way out of here, so that should be fun. I stumbled upon her a few hundred yards down the way, and so I gotta try and stay clear of that, because definitely not something you want to cross paths with there. Cow, moose, and a calf is probably one of the most dangerous things you could come across in the woods. I'd rather come across a bear or something like that than a cow, moose with a calf. The only thing that'd be worse than that is maybe a mountain lion or a bear with their cubs. But I've never had to experience that. Hopefully I never do. So yeah, got both of them set up. It's about 12:30 right now. Took a little longer than I had anticipated, but that's because it took me longer to set up that first trail cam than it should have. This one took me about 15-20 minutes. The last one took me about an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. I'm about 7 miles in right now, so I'll be out in a few hours. So I'll catch you guys later, and I'll film some of the rubs and some of the beds that I've seen in here. So I'll catch you guys later. Hey, what's up guys? Just got back to my car. It's about 2:30 right now, so it took me a couple hours to get out. And yeah, so that wasn't bad. Pretty good day overall. Got the trail cam set up. Took a little longer than I wanted. That first trail cam, like I said, took a little longer. Saw some decent wildlife, ran across that moose and a calf, like I said. Didn't want to film that because, yeah, it's just a sketchy situation to be in. I just wanted to back out of there. Jump that spike, which is kind of a bummer. Actually trying to avoid elk today since I'm setting up trail cams. Just kind of want to slip in there, set them up, and get out without being noticed. But like I said, I hit my cow call a couple times. It didn't seem too worried. It didn't see me, kind of heard me, and then ran off. And yeah, like I said, I hit my cow call a couple times. So hopefully, I don't think it spooked too bad. And saw a lot of rubs from the rut this year, or last year, whatever. So that was a good sign. Like I said, this is where I got my bull last year, but I got my bull pretty much before the rut started. It was like September 2nd or something like that when I got mine. So there's a little bit of rut activity going on. The bull that I shot, me and him were bugling back and forth for hours. We were playing around with each other, and how I actually got him is I was just sitting there taking a break, and two cow elk came running up the hill, and like at a full sprint, which I was like scared me, honestly. I was like, why are these two elk just blazing through the woods? So I thought there was either a hunter or like something chasing them, like a mountain lion or something like that. So I knocked an arrow and was sitting there just waiting, and then bull elk came up over the hill and shot him. So it was definitely the same bull that I was buelling back and forth with. I just happened to, I mean, I had an idea of where they were going to come up, so I just sat there, and that's why I chose to sit there, because I was just going to sit there for a couple hours and just see if anything came through. But yeah, so today was a good day. Hopefully those trail cams produce. Didn't see a ton of fresh sign. I saw some where I set up my second camera. There was a decent amount of fresh sign in there. Where I set up my first one, there was some, but not a great amount. But we'll see in the next coming weeks. This area seems to pick up a lot more the closer you get to the rut. So I'll come back in a couple weeks, check them. If there's not a bunch on there, I'll move those to a different location and then bring them back a couple weeks before the rut starts. So that's kind of my plan there. But thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Check out my Instagram. It's Colorado Hunting Fishing. So it's CO_hunting_fishing on Instagram. So go ahead and give that a check. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.